Now, with that comes a nice price point. Do you feel that parents able to invest into their child? Because you got to invest.
Yeah, it's an investment. So my investment, if I were to compare my prices to prices of people with the same level of teaching experience, the same level of education, and the same level of expertise, it would be at least double what I charge. So my prices have been pretty much the same before since before I even finished my PhD. My prices are, I would say, minimal. I would say minimal for the level of expertise and the level of experience. And this is nothing more than my mission. This is something that I don't have to do.
Yeah. So basically, once again, like we talked before the show started, really, is purpose over profit for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people who are doing what you're doing, they're gonna charge a premium price, you know, and I don't want you to say what you're charging, anything like that, nothing like that. But you're saying, hey, this is my mission, this is my purpose. I know I can charge premium, you
But
know.
I wouldn't be able to help. Listen, I understand socioeconomics. Okay, socioeconomics. The children that are struggling, I know one of their two parents, if their kids who are have been struggling for years, one of their two parents or both have a language-based learning disability. They have dyslexia. Maybe it's mild and it's not really noticeable in the workplace. Maybe it's moderate, or maybe they're able to cope through it. They learn coping mechanisms and they're able to maintain employment. But so I know that these are people that are not earning the highest salary possible. I know this because I understand the research behind children who are struggling. And so if I'm trying to reach people in the community, then I have to be cognizant of and aware that yes, I need to pay my commercial spaces rent, and I need to pay for the utilities. I need to buy the kids snacks. It's an all inclusive program. So you pay the one price, you get everything. Plus, I build in other freebies for my clients. And so the price they pay has to pay the bills. And yes, is there money that I do collect for Allison Parker so that I can do other things? Absolutely. But it's not going to break anybody's bank. And so now I have had parents say to me, oh, that this is expensive when I think it's not expensive. And so and that's why I'm going to be launching the webinar. And if you go to my website, you can click a button for $99. Hey, if you can't do tutoring, then for $99, join this group setting where I can coach you in the group for only $99 a month. It's the Syllable Division Queen Literacy Community. And so that was my solution. Like, okay, because you're thinking that this is the lowest it could possibly be, but maybe there's something more affordable out there. What could you think? So it makes an entrepreneur get creative. Yes, I have gotten the feedback that, oh, that's more than I can afford. And these are some mothers that have a significant other. I met a mom recently who came into my office. She doesn't work, the husband works. And she I have no job, I have no employment, I have no money, I can't afford this. But her kid was a third grader reading on kindergarten reading level. And so I have thought to myself, how can I best support that mom? I still have her email address. I still have her phone number. So I've thought of other solutions for other moms who, can't afford my price.
Right, right, right. I work with a whole bunch of entrepreneurs, and people be like, "Oh man, your price too expensive," and it's like, well, for who? You know what I'm saying? Because if you saying that I'm too expensive, then I'm not really marketing to you. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there who can afford your services. You see what I'm saying? But for the individuals who cannot, you need a all like a webinar or a program or a course that people can't afford. And then the other thing about it, it's like, well, you got a $350 bazillion hairpiece on your head that you constantly go get done every month. You see what I'm saying? But yet you're telling me my prices is too high. So we have
Right.
to make sacrifices somewhere down the line. Like, what are some of your vices that you're going to have to give up in order for you or your child to get the tutoring, the education that he needs? Now, if you can't sacrifice that, you
Right.
know,
It's
you
by
got
prioritizing. Right. Prioritizing. And in order to get something, you have to give up something. It's called sacrifice. And
sacrifice.
so if you're prioritizing literacy in the home, then listen, you pay the price. You're gonna pay the price either way. Either you pay the price or you pay it later when you're, you don't want to pay it later when your kid is in a place where they are not where they should be academically and financially. It has a direct correlation. Literacy is directly correlated
Yeah,
to income,
yeah,
and wealth.
yeah,
And so, and I'm not talking that everyone needs a PhD. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to be able to read
yeah.
documents.
You
You
need
need to be able to read applications. You need to be able to read to navigate where you need to go to elevate. So you have to become literate. So
yeah.
you're going to pay the price either way. You
Either
just
way.
have to figure out which one is the best choice for you.
Right, right. You got to look at value versus cost. A lot of people they be like, "Oh, it costs too much." I said, "But you're missing the value on what this is. Don't worry about the cost. Think of the overall value of why we're here." It's the same thing when people say, "Oh, Terrence, it costs too much to eat healthy." I said, "Yeah, but the value of eating healthy is, down the line. But you got money every month to pay for prescription drugs. And that money you could have just been buying healthy food. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people don't understand. They're only looking at the price tag of stuff and not the value of the product or the service. And that's what I'm seeing over the years. Now I know prices are going up all over the place. I get that. I get that. But what can you sacrifice? Can you sacrifice going to the liquor store every week? Can you sacrifice getting your hair and your nails done? You know what I'm saying? Can you sacrifice going to the club? Can you sacrifice? This is your child. This is your children. And me to tell me you can't cut your hair short. You know what I'm saying? And quit shopping so much. It's like so many things that parents need to sacrifice.